So, NieR Replicant. We started this stream with... Turn on the thingamabob again. We started this stream with Live Alive. You don't get to see the game right now. Let me go ahead and... Oh yeah, because I messed around with my game capture stuff. I'm gonna have to add a new game capture. Add existing game capture. I screwed all around with OBS. So this should be NieR Replicant in a hot second here. Actually, wait, I might have to, was it window capture? Wait. After I have full screen application, capture specific window, NieR Replicant. Then you should get the game. There's the video game. Look at that. Look at that. We have the don't load that save file. Save this one. My goodness gracious. Anyway, we started out this stream with Live Alive because I was planning on beating Live Alive and then, you know, it'd be done with. And then that'll be another playthrough finished. I might have to adjust the volume levels in OBS. We'll see here. But turns out I couldn't because the game expects you to have all your party members at a decent level since you have to use every party member in the finale there. Yeah, I think I had the audio levels at here last time. I'm fairly certain. So I failed and it's like, well, I guess I gotta do some more grinding off camera before I can beat it then. So that was it for Live Alive. Then we switched to Minecraft and we recorded Peculiar Potions episode 18, made the super secret railway. And now I was like, you know what? Let's hop into NieR Replicant. Let's finish off playthrough 2. Like, we should be able to finish off playthrough 2 this stream, right? Probably. Starting to get a smidge late. I want to be streaming for, you know, an insanely long period of time, considering I've already been streaming for close to 5.5 hours. It looks like according to OBS. But hey, it's one of those days where I'm getting things done on the channel. I'm doing the thing where Bob's making progress and stuff. It's gonna be great after a while where I was like really falling behind on things. So I'm being more on top of things now, and it's fantastic. It's the longest stream that I've ever done, 25 hours. Oh, besides the obvious one, 12 hours.
Ah, you're back.
Have you
A little bit over 12.
The Shadow Lord's key?
I'm sorry, but it's going to take me some time yet.
Dang. Yeah, what does OBS know? I totally just started this stream. Well, I just started this stream of NieR Replicant at least, but
Oh, how about this? You know the ferryman with the red bag, right?
so we're gonna go do the thing at the ship again?
He's been skipping out on work lately. Can I ask you?
Maybe he'll be
to
okay this time.
check
Well,
on
no,
him?
the consequences are the same in this route. It's just we get more context, so he's probably gonna be dead so again after he failed to jump in a haystack. Wow. That's a perseverance. That was when I was like a pretty new content creator as well. This was before I had ever done a 24-hour charity stream. I was streaming Xenoblade Chronicles X, and I just kept going and going, and I didn't want to stop, I guess. So when I was at about like 10 hours, I was like, you know, this could become my very first ever 12-hour stream. And I pushed through and I was like half dead and I made it to 12 hours. So that was like my 3rd or 4th month of content creation, something like that. Something along those lines. Nowadays, my short streams are anywhere from like 1 hour to 3 hours, and my long streams are anywhere from 4 hours to 9 hours. Is the way that things are on the channel nowadays. Wait. Oh, okay. I gotta go that away. But yeah. Yeah, that was that, essentially. But then nowadays, I've done, you know, 24-hour charity streams 5 times, one of which was 6 times. One of which was a 25-hour charity stream instead. The 5th time we did a 24-hour charity stream, we made it 25 instead. Mostly due to a time change. So it was still 6 a.m. to 6 a.m., but due to daylight savings time, it was 25 hours, not 24. Oh, man. I'm a necromancer or something? How, what? What you mean? In terms of, like, me dying as I'm staying up for, like, ludicrous periods of time doing streams. I mean, it's not like I do streams that long on a regular basis. It's not like it's a regular occurrence by any means. Do you guys mind? I guess they're at least not fighting me, so it's fine. Why? I was sniffling like crazy when we were doing Minecraft earlier. I don't know why. I was not sniffling earlier today, but for whatever reason, streaming Minecraft just got me to freaking die.
I don't think I've ever seen fog this thick before.
Oh, I'm saying that most people only die once. I'm dying all the time. Feels like.
Huh? What's that?
Oh, is this gonna be when he met the ship bish? Well, that was just him discovering the ship, I guess. Is all that. No, I'm mixing up my hotkeys now. These are the right keys. My goodness gracious. So, hi, how's it going?
Oh God, it's over. My life is over.
What's wrong?
Hey, I remember
You have allergies to Minecraft
You're
too?
the ones who helped us out way back when.
Maybe my body doesn't like the fact that Minecraft is a series that actually takes a lot of work.
What is the matter?
I had a fight with my husband, and he ran away from home.
And he's in the ship now.
Yes, yes. You may color me utterly flabbergasted.
But it's all that idiot's fault.
I was
Yeah,
saving up a bunch
yeah.
of apples, and he went and ate 10 of them.
That's a lot of apples.
Actually, sort of impressive.
Yeah, honestly.
Sure, I may have lost my temper a little,
Ah.
but I can't believe he just up and left.
I mean, it might not be a bad idea.
Now,
Having a semi-normal sleep schedule is pretty important. I have like a semi-normal sleep schedule during the week, but during the weekend and on like Fridays like this, it goes all out of whack. And these are my days that I'm able to do like my long streams and stuff, you know. I appreciate you stopping by hanging out, CJ. I hope you have an awesome rest of the night. All right, let's go find your missing husband, I guess. Let's go find him. Wow, get fat shamed, I guess. I almost said elephant. Because I mean, it's the same voice actor for elephant. Now I know where to go. Wait. I guess not here. I was about to say now I know where to go in, and I do, but it doesn't actually want me to enter the ship yet, so I guess no point in that right now. No point in that at the moment. All right, go to the tavern, ask where the heck he is. And we're just gonna be like, well, I don't know. Where is he then?
Hey there. I'm looking for the guy with the red bag.
Yeah, this is one identifying character trait.
Really? Is that couple fighting again?
If I'm gonna keep on sniffling like this, if my sniffles don't go away, I'll just end the stream earlier because I don't want to be like constantly sniffling during stream.
I take it this is a surprise.
But sometimes they just go away.
Are legendary. We're actually considering selling tickets as a tourist attraction. Anyway,
Wow.
I think he's from that village with the library. Maybe he went back home. I think his
We're supposed to
brother's
go
a
back?
guard there or something.
Thanks for the tip. I'll see what I can figure out.
So we go speak to his
You're pretty handsome. Care to buy a lonely woman a drink?
no.
Yeah, I'm good.
Bye. 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 Have a good time. Are we gonna get like another cutscene with like some backstory now? Because it's loading something instead of just exiting the tavern. So it's gotta be, right?
Hard to believe a ship of this size managed to run aground. What was that? Hey, is someone there? Okay, I definitely heard someone cough just now. Maybe it's one of those kids from town? But where are they? There you are. What are you doing here, kid? And who are you, anyway? Were you a passenger on this ship, maybe?
I guess that question broke the frame rate. Why does this happen sometimes? And just randomly. I don't know why it happens.
Hey, it's okay. You don't need to be scared.
Hey, at least the dialogue is still coming out normal, even if the game itself is breaking in two. Why does this happen sometimes? And then after a little bit, it just fixes itself. Doesn't take so long to get past this here now. Oh, it's very slowly fading to black. I think. Yeah. Oh, and there we go. Now it's fixed. Why does this happen? Well, now we're over the tavern.
To think that couple's petty squabbles have become something of an attraction for the locals.
Doesn't surprise me in the least. Seeing people like that puts a little spring in your step, you know?
You humans truly are a maddening bunch. Such buffoonery does little more than wear this old tome out.
I'm pretty sure they've had that same conversation before. Most of the time, like 99% of the time, this game is running just fine, but sometimes just randomly the frame rate will just tank, and I don't get it. So gotta be another cutscene here? I guess so. Whoa. I had it mixed up whether the chat was on or off.
Hey there. How you feeling? Well, your cough seems better at least. Check it out. I brought you some bread today. Oh, easy there. Jeez, you must have been starving. Well, look, no one's gonna take this from you, so just take it easy so you don't choke on it, okay? So, what were you doing on this boat, kid? Actually, scratch that. First things first. I can't just keep calling you kid. You got a name? Well, this is going nowhere fast. Let's see. Louise. Yeah, what about Louise? I mean, it just sort of popped into my head, but what do you think? Guess you're okay with it. Well, it's nice to meet you, Louise.
Well, I guess that time it didn't wind up breaking the frame rate.
Searched the southern plains back when the wife ran off too, right?
I think so.
we did, Yes.
Lots changed.
I
since-
believe.
So it's kind of nice when we find something that hasn't. The fact that
Ow!
the couple is still arguing
Well.
almost fills me with, I don't know, hope, I guess.
If
Whee!
you asked me, that
Away we go.
particular couple could benefit from a little change.
Ow. I wasn't planning on running all the way through because I was like, what if there's more dialogue to go through? Even though I think we saw the same dialogue on playthrough 1. Even though I'm fairly certain we did, but just to be on the safe side. Just in case. What? Something new going on now? Oh, no, it's just showing me the bro.
Oh, hey.
Yeah, it's you.
What's
But
up?
yeah, at least the frame rate did that in a cutscene, besides not a big deal. Still higher frame rate than Mario Maker 2 online? Is that really bad?
He's my little brother. Haven't seen him in a while, though.
A shame. Have you any idea where he may have absconded to?
Not a clue.
You went to the ship.
Like I said, I haven't seen him.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Also, I guess the girl shade on the ship
Oh,
is mute because the shades can't communicate with people, and they just do the weird garbled sounds of what humans hear, I guess.
maybe you should
If you're
try
Mario
talking
Maker
to
2, it's
someone
worth
at
playing the
post
online
office.
multiplayer at least once. Just try it
Guess we
out.
could ask the postman over in Seafront.
Just
Yeah, what's going on with the
so I
postman?
enjoy receiving a quest that can be solved in the general vicinity of the Asker.
Yeah, I understand that feel. Not because it's good, but because it's that bad. You just have to try it out once. Yeah.
I cannot believe how many trips we have made.
I mean,
simply
there
to
have been
track
some
down a
times that
single man.
frame rate issue has happened to me in the middle of gameplay.
I only pray
But
this is not
if it's the middle of
cause for
gameplay,
some
if I pause it and unpause it, it just fixes it.
say
I don't know
that.
why,
Have you ever
but it does.
penned a missive?
You mean a letter?
But it just
No.
immediately fixes
I'm
it.
not big on writing. It always takes me forever.
But I
to
can't
figure
pause
out
it during
what I want to
cutscenes.
say.
What's to figure out? One simply takes
I'm
quill
Eel.
in hand
Ah,
and unleashes
how
the
you doing?
soul upon the canvas of the page.
Sounds complicated.
Whatever you say, boys.
Have you ever written anything? I mean, you're a book. So first you gotta understand everyone else's suffering. What with Mario Maker 2 there? Just to give it a bit of a go. What's going on here?
Hey there, Louise. Say, where'd you get that red bag? Found it on the ship, did you? You kids are so darn curious about everything. Anywho, it's good to see you. Afraid I don't have any bread today, but I did bring you something. Here, it's a ribbon. Let me tie it in your hair for you. Well, what do you think? Pretty nice, huh? Huh. What's that on the floor? it's a mirror. Well, that's a stroke of luck. Let's go ahead and check out your new look. If you go over there where it's brighter, you'll be able to see yourself more clearly. What's wrong? Don't you want to see? Oh, I see. You don't like sunlight. Guess your eyes are pretty sensitive after spending all this time in the dark, huh? Well, it's not like we can have you stay here forever. We should work on getting you out of here so you and me can go look at the sea together. How's that sound?
Man, this game's gonna make me feel bad about all the choices of well, it's not choices, of all the events of playthrough 1. And make me do them again, knowing the full story. Also, she took that red bag off of the corpse of Red Bag Man. So, wait. I'm going this way. Post office first. So we talk at the post office, and then they're like, go to the ship, is the case. Anyway, yeah, let's see here. If Splatoon didn't exist, you'd be much more annoyed at the $20 a year Nintendo Switch Online price, especially for main online game of choices. Mario Maker 2 sounds pretty gross. Yeah, Nintendo charging for online, I think, is
Sorry, you're not him.
pretty silly.
I'm sure
Quite frankly.
not.
Yeah,
Just
sorry.
swung by to pick up a letter and wound up running the damn place. Anyway, you here for a package or something?
No.
What's in it for you
There's
running this
couple who's
place?
always fighting and
You gonna
husband
take the
took off,
revenue?
So I'm
Something?
trying to track him down. Ring any bells?
Or just decide to fill the role
Sorry,
just for
pal.
fun?
You're asking the wrong guy.
Just for
Yo,
funsies.
That's pretty weird. My buddy's daughter took off too. Maybe running away is the cool thing to do now.
It's the cool thing
I
that's
find
hip
it
with the kids.
exceedingly unlikely
Ah.
this pair of runaways is mere coincidence.
It's too bad I'm allergic to runaways.
Any idea where she might have went?
Evidently
That
here.
is the question, isn't it?
The ship.
Actually, you know what? I bet she went to check out the huge shipwreck that drifted into the inlet the other day.
Yeah, it's pretty
Not often
cool.
Something like that
There's a
comes
pretty
around.
crazy boss
It's all the
over on
kids
it.
have been talking about.
Yeah, so we're gonna go to the ship. We're gonna trek on through. We're gonna do that big boss again that we're now gonna feel sorry for. That's the that's the way that these things go, right? That's what's happening. Another cutscene since we didn't just exit. Yep. Oh, now it's no longer black and white.
Hey, Louise.
Well, it wasn't black and white. It was
I
more
brought you food
brownish,
for
but you know what I
today.
mean.
What's wrong? Aren't you hungry? Huh. You haven't been eating much lately. Are you okay? Well then, let's try this.
My favorite invisible instrument. I almost said invincible. The invisible accordion.
Yeah, sorry about that. It's called a song. Humming a jaunty tune is the best thing for putting a spring in your step.
So that was meant to be humming?
Songs are like a little bit of wisdom that makes the tough times easier. I love them personally. I mean, not that I'm any good at singing.
These sounds
your
are
voice is a bit
really
rough
meant to be
there,
humming, though.
but you're actually pretty good. Huh. You know, I knew someone who lived in the town lighthouse before she died. She used to hum this same song a lot. I heard it every time I stopped by to deliver something, and I guess it just kind of stuck. Of course, that was quite a while ago. Hey, are you trying to cheer me up? You are a kind soul, Louise.
I'm sensing some really weird magic going on here, Sunshine. You feeling it too?
Yeah. Is it a shade?
Are you actually trying to think something through rather than just jumping in and killing?
What's wrong, Kaine?
Nothing. It's just... I'm sensing a presence from seafront. Something like a shade.
A shade in the town? That's not good.
So we're gonna go to the shipwreck, fight Louise again, but feel bad about it this time. Is what's going on, right? Yeah, I'm just gonna do the thing where I switch between what save file I'm saving in for each session, I think. Just be safe in case it turns out like, you know, the streams or recordings are botched or something. Just to be on the ultra safe side. I'll be switching back and forth. Hey, friends. Too bad I'm allergic to my friends and everything else, apparently.
What's going on? I haven't seen you two come into Seafront in, well, ever, I guess.
Join me on the ship.
Sorry for the surprise.
Let's go fight a boss, but feel bad about it this time.
Strange.
That's what we'll do.
Like a shade?
Yeah.
Maybe? I'm not sure. There's some kind of sound or something coming from up ahead.
Maybe they're having a sick party over there.
Incredibly specific piece of information the hussy has graced us with.
Again, I think it's probably the same dialogue as before in most of these cases, but you know, I don't remember the exact dialogue, so I still chuckle at stuff like that. But let's go! Whee! Look at that shit! Look at that freaking shit! Back in we go. The beached shipwreck. Neat. So how did it end up like this anyway?
We're gonna need to figure out some way to get inside that thing.
All right, no.
This ship is in a state of wanton decay.
Yep.
Surely these planks
Yep.
Can probably.
Yep. 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 In we go! Good thing I remember from last time, because I tried to climb that pillar before. Well, we're in the ship. So are they, I guess.
So, were you able to write that letter? You know, now that I've taught you how. Not yet, huh? Well, there's certainly no reason to rush. You know, it makes me happy that you've taken such a shine to me.
What's that on the floor? It looks almost like a blood splatter.
First time we met, I didn't have the foggiest idea what was going on in that head of yours. So, hey, I've been thinking. How about you come live with me? It might be kind of nice to have a daughter around. Not into it, huh? Guess I should have figured. I'm sad to hear it, but it's your choice, of course. Huh? The floor's wet. Wait, is this blood? Oh dear. Are you...
Yeah, Mr. Postman, it's probably not that. It's probably somebody that got murderized.
We got something real nasty nearby, eh, Sunshine? Come on, don't tell me you ain't picked up on it yet. You of all people gotta know what this smell means.
This ship is in poor condition indeed.
The Shaden kinda sounds like he's some sort of redneck hillbilly right down south. That's gonna tell you, you know what this means. It means we load up on our double-barrel shotguns, get in our pickup truck, and get the hell out of here.
Whatever.
Sounds kind of like...
You sure you're all right, Kaine?
You really shouldn't push yourself. Hey, I've got an idea. How about you and me search outside and get some nice fresh air in the process?
Sure. Let's do that.
Sounds good. Take care of Kaine for us, Emil.
Emil is on the case. Come on, Kaine. Let's get the lead out.
This place is pretty gloomy.
All right, well, we're back on it. Yeah, I can't blame the postman for coming to the conclusion that he presumably did there.
Let the search begin.
All right, through we go. Was this the one that we went into our... Okay, we gotta go get the lantern first, and that's here.
Look there, on on the floor.
There's
Yeah.
still some oil.
Yeah, so there's the lantern. Obtain lantern, and then we put that on, and then everything's all nice and schnice. Can't go through there.
Key in order to proceed.
Yeah. So this is the thing about seeing her go in there, and then she's gone. So, and then Vice is all like, "Oh no, a ghost, spooky!" You know, it's that.
I did indeed. How on earth did she manage to get behind us?
Because she's
Perhaps
spooky.
She's the runaway we heard tell of at the post office.
Because she's a
Let's
spooky
track her
bitch.
down and take her back to town with us.
Yeah, I don't think she'd want to be taken to town. Yeah, she's real spooky. Very much so. She's not in here.
There's no one here.
Spooky.
It's like we just saw a ghost.
Ghosty
What
shade.
foolishness. I am certain this room merely contains a secret passageway or the like.
He doesn't care about dangerous shades. He's just like, yeah, let's fight him. But when a spooky ghost might be nearby, Vice is not super impressed.
With this
Off to
ship
bed.
anyway.
You have to work in the morning. It's 12:30. Go. Well,
Tell of how it ran aground.
I do very much appreciate you stopping by and hanging out, Mythic. I hope you have an awesome rest of the night. And take care. You use the hold key. Ah,
Looks really
I
dark
used
up
the
there.
being sick.
Then perhaps we ought to make use of that lantern we just found.
East. Go ahead and turn that on. Yeah, what exactly is this ship then? Is that something that we're gonna find out in this playthrough or a future one, I wonder?
An apple. It's a bit bruised, but it's not super old or anything.
Well, maybe someone wants to keep the doctor away.
Loving ferryman with a red bag. Perhaps he absconded to this ship to wait out the storm after yet another spirited debate with his wife. Ah, goodness, what a troublesome couple.
Let's keep moving.
Ah. I really wish I wasn't allergic to everything today. Maybe I shouldn't have switched to NieR Replicant after all,
What
since
was
I'm
that
just
sounds now?
in the middle of being sick.
Sounds like it came
Whatever.
From the floor above us.
Up we go. I will at least finish this section, and then I'll come to a decision on if we're finishing playthrough 2 tonight, or
This barrel's
if I'm gonna
been
keep
knocked
sniffling
over.
like this, then I'll wrap it up
There's
after the
flour
coming boss.
everywhere.
Just have this be a short
Surely
stream.
it was toppled by the girl we saw at the entrance. Wait. Cast your eyes to the floor, lad.
What's going on the floor? Footprints.
The missing child left white tracks in her passing. Should we follow them, I expect we will find our way to her.
But what if I want to go in here, though? What if there's something cool, like there clearly
This
is?
book's got some serious heft to it. Wonder what it's for.
Sending out spells like Vice, I don't know.
It seemed to be this ship's logbook. Let us avail ourselves of a gander.
Was this in playthrough 1?
Records of the routes it traveled, the weather it encountered, and the places it made port, all in a painstaking level of detail. I would expect no less for a vessel of this size. Until the day the records suddenly cease.
What the hell happened on this ship?
Something really spicy, I guess. Something super duper spicy set it aground and got all spooky and stuff. I guess, I don't know. Ah. Wasn't this the door that I didn't go in before? No, this was like the weird way that it took me like way longer than it should have to figure out how
There's
it
a
worked.
notebook on this desk. Oh wow, this thing is crammed full of information.
Does it contain the Krabby Patty
Record
secret
of the
formula?
cargo they carried, no doubt. Let me see. By my pages.
Oh yeah,
Ship was used
that's
by
what type of
slavers.
ship it was.
How simply atrocious.
I remember that from playthrough 1.
You're telling me they sold people?
Yeah, it's pretty messed up.
Made out quite handsomely from the transactions, it would seem.
How could they do something like that?
Well, if we're gonna draw parallels to our own world, they do it because they care more about extreme profits than
I do not know
Than
nor
human
do I
life.
care to ponder it. Let it suffice to say there are monsters who trade coin for
Ah.
misery in all corners of this accursed world.
Yeah. I guess so, in a way. You know, there's my history class that I'm taking right now in university is on it's studying the understanding of the body in the Middle Ages, and because of that, one of the really big things that we're studying within the class is Christianity around the time, since that had a lot to do with it during that time, since, you know, there wasn't the complete like segregation between like science and religion, like they were, you know, kind of used together in a sense in that kind of time period. And one of the interesting things that came up as we were discussing things in class the other day was, I'm not 100% certain if I got the story completely right, but from what I understood, I believe from what the professor was explaining, he was just like, ah, yes, in the Bible, it's like, apparently Noah, from like the story of Noah's Ark and all that stuff, had 3 sons. And there was some time that he was changing, and he asked like his sons to hold up a sheet and like close their eyes and look away so that they wouldn't see him naked. But the one son, Ham, he freaking snuck a peek and he saw his dad naked, and that apparently was like a really bad, unforgivable sin that cursed him. So after the flood and after all life on the planet all was destroyed and his 3 sons had to go around repopulating the planet, they all went to different areas, and it's said that Ham was the one that went to Africa, and because of him being cursed, that it was the curse that resulted in darker skin than you know, the whiteness that, you know, readings like that like to put up on some great pedestal in some wacky way like that. And that's that was like one of the big justifications for slavery later down the line, because it's like, ah, yes, they're all descendants of Ham, whose entire lineage should suffer like this because he saw his dad naked once. Yup, that makes perfect sense. Anyway,
There's a breeze coming through these shelves.
it really goes to show how people will just, you know, make what narratives best support whatever thing that they want the world to be. And if they want the world to be one where they can, you know, buy and sell people and cause untold suffering, then they'll tell some sort of a wacky narrative like that that gives them an excuse to do that. And apparently the excuse was that the person that they were all first descended from saw his dad naked once. Whoa, now everybody from that area should totally experience awful suffering. Like, it doesn't make any sense, but give it a nudge. Do that. People are awful sometimes, aren't they? Oh, sweet, free 1,000 gold. Anyway, so that was something interesting being discussed in my history class just yesterday, actually. And, you know,
These chests are pretty huge.
yeah, pretty crazy.
And what do they contain? Treasure, perhaps?
But, you know, I find it really crazy, the excuses that people will find to do awful, awful stuff, you know? Yeah. What a world we live in, huh?
Looks like a bunch of iron tools.
What a world we live in. You know, sometimes it can be, sometimes we like looking to media and things like games to be like, ah, look at these like more interesting worlds where there's all this messed up stuff going on. But when you really consider our own world and its history, it's like, wow, there's like just so much in our world that's already so freaking crazy to really learn about in depth that, you know,
Those are no mere tools, lad. They are
just, I don't know how to finish that thought, but you know what I mean.
I shudder to think what evil transpired in this room.
Yep. That's the way that would have
The exit
been,
looks walled
sadly.
off, and I think there's something written on it.
And in blood, no less. The smudging makes it difficult to pass, but I believe it
And it's not
means
like,
let
you know,
me out.
it's not like our present day world is completely devoid of stuff like that, obviously. It still exists, it's just not, you know, a
No
prevalent
doubt they
thing,
can find
let's
their
say.
human cargo in this room.
That's terrible.
We may be able to pass through here should we push
Wow.
the shelves in the outer passageway.
Yeah, let's go ahead and push that shelf. Through we go. Whee! But it also makes me wonder, you know, with justifications like that Curse of Ham, for example, it makes me wonder how many people are still incredibly racist because of stuff like that.
Only one way to find out.
So, yoink. Go ahead and yoink that, then we'll go around and get the key. Because, you know, I know that, for example, there is a lot of people, for example, let's just say down south in the States, where my parents specifically moved away from after I was born down in Texas because they were like, this is no place to raise a kid. I'm sure there's a lot of people still down there that are like, oh yeah, freaking this book here. It's the thing that has all the answers, and it says things like the Curse of Ham, and man, Everyone that looks different from me must be freaking awful.
Now let no more time
How
be
dare
wasted
you
in
be
our search
different?
for the townsfolk.
Difference is scary. Anyway. I don't get it, but makes me wonder like how much of an influence stories like that still have to this day.
Wait, I hear something.
I had no idea that it was a story at all until yesterday. So when I heard about yesterday, I was like, wow. Wow, that's pretty messed up, huh? But yeah, how dare you? How dare you be such a way that's like very, very, very slightly different than I am? For shame. Something that you have absolutely no control over. It's just the way that you are. Oh no, and we're gonna have to fight you. I'm gonna feel bad. I don't get it.
Whatever that sound was, it stopped. I swear it sounded like a girl.
This is a voice pipe. A contraption by which one's voice can travel to a faraway location.
Which means the girl is in whatever room this pipe connects to.
Hold a moment. I spy a chart of the ship's layout on the wall.
Ooh?
Yes. This pipe connects to a cabin in the ship's stern.
Onward and, inward, I guess.
I guess so. Yeah. How dare you reflect yourself in such a way that's literally just the way that you are?
Yeah. And the light it gives off makes
I honestly don't understand why so many people are a lot more prone to different scary instead of being like, wow, difference, variety, that's awesome. Instead of, you know, everything just being absolutely the same. Because if everyone was just, you know, the exact same, that'd be, you know how boring that'd be?
Looks like somebody's journal.
It's awesome to have variety. You know? It's great.
It says the ship was attacked
My
by some
opinion.
kind of monster.
I think if I did have to actually try to come up with a reason, I feel like it would come down to, you know, a very basic evolutionary kind of thing about, you know, we have a very tribal kind of mindset, you know, even though nowadays we live in such an interconnected society and have like, you know, these supercomputers in our pocket and stuff like that. Our brains are still very much the simple tribal kind of stuff from back in the day still, because our technology and our society has advanced at a rate so much faster than, you know, evolution would be able to keep up with. So, you know, our brains cannot, you know, fully deal with the kind of world that we live with nowadays, and that has some consequences. But I feel like this way that, you know, humans are with this kind of very tribal mindset of like, this is my group, I'm gonna stay away from all these other groups and they can't be trusted. I feel like it comes down to like a survival thing, most likely. If I had to hazard a guess, you know, why there's things like racism and stuff like that, I feel like it would come down to, you know, this tribal mindset of like, this is my bubble, I'm not gonna get involved with like others who look different than me, just because of it being like a survival kind of thing, I guess. That would be what my best guess would be. I don't know what the real reason is, but if I had to hazard a guess, I would say it's probably that.
I cannot say.
Wow.
Though the term monster might well be referring to a shade.
Yeah. Oh, why knows? It was funny, we were we were just talking during the last stream of NieR Replicant about like a smidge about politics, and this is sort of like down that line. Yeah. Not a great reason at all. And especially when, you know, our quote-unquote tribes nowadays are so diverse, you know? Like here in Canada, that's something that we take pride in, is our diversity, mostly. There's a pretty big problem in Canada about racism towards Indigenous people, which I find really, really surprising, considering for a nation that prides itself on its diversity, we for some reason don't respect the people that have been here the longest. That somehow makes sense. Apart from that being semi-prevalent in some places, for the most part, we pride ourselves on being, you know, diverse here. Makes me wonder why other places, and by other places I just mean our friends down to the south, can't be more like that.
Must have been where they prepared meals for the crew.
There's a note stuck to the counter. Extra rice.
I'm really glad that my parents decided to move here after I was born.
Crew had some say over how they
But
ate.
To be picky about one's food while at sea is a luxury indeed.
I mean, you can always fish a little bit while you're at sea, but yeah. Must go. Alrighty. Appreciate you stopping by and hanging out, Waffle Lucario. Hope you have an awesome rest of the night. But yeah, 'tis a interesting thing.
The hell is this smell?
Perhaps it is wafting from further inside?
What could it be? Yoink! Wah!
Another apple.
Just how many apples does that quibbling husband keep on his person while he's out and about?
Let's keep searching.
Also on this subject here, one of the most interesting history classes I ever took. Well, this was a few years ago. I think it was before COVID times. I think it was a class that I was taking like right as COVID was starting, if I recall, because I'm fairly certain we had to transition to online. But one of the history classes that I took was on the history of slavery, and my goodness, it was certainly a lot to digest. Let's say it was certainly something, but there's some really interesting things that I learned in it. And on that subject earlier about people finding justifications to do, you know, horrible, messed up stuff, one of the interesting things that I learned from that class was that a lot of consumers in Europe that were reaping the benefits of slavery in, you know, North and South America, they had the mindset that, you know, it wasn't that bad of a thing. Like, all these people forced into this work, like, it's honestly like a good thing for them. They like it. Like, that's the narrative that was being shipped overseas to be able to sell these products better, I guess. And one of the, you know how a lot of people will just, you know, keep an eye out for, you know, the stuff that they already believe / want to believe, and, you know, not pay attention to the stuff that contradicts what they currently believe. One of the interesting letters that we read was by this French dudo who went to South America, I believe it was, or was it the south of North America? I don't remember, somewhere in that area. Oh, it was one of the islands around that area. I don't remember exactly what it was, but he was fleeing. I believe it was during the French Revolution, and he was like, yeah, I'm just gonna chill over there in the meantime. And as he's writing like this letter back to family, he's like, oh yeah, I got to see like some of the plantations where this is going on. And what I'm seeing is like, oh, everyone's happy. They're so well fed. They're living the life, stuff like that. It's great. So it's like, wow, people really, really just look for the stuff that confirms what they currently believe / want to believe, you know? Or like that narrative became like so prevalent over in Europe that it became like the new truth in people's eyes, and, you know, allowed it to go on a lot longer, you know? So
been better, but I'll live. I can't see a thing.
So there was a lot of people that deluded themselves into thinking that it was a great thing for all parties. It was fantastic. And so that was probably one of the most stunning things that I learned about in that class.
The lantern got away from me during the fall. We'd better look for it.
Thank goodness it's right on the left, if I recall. No, right on the right. Nope. All the way to the right. Ah, I've got crazy allergies. What the heck? Where's the lantern? Sworn it was just slightly on the left before. Am I losing my mind?
Is that
a little bit farther on the left, I guess.
Found the lantern.
Yeah.
Nice, that's
Yoink.
it. We found the lantern.
Here's gonna be a Red Bag Man who failed with his leap of faith from Assassin's Creed. Ah. Whoops. I pressed A way too early. Whatever, we've seen it before.
Oh
Yeah.
dear. Look at the bodies.
And she took his red bag.
They are all people from town.
Ah.
And I fear the missing ferryman.
So, if Louise killed them, the question is why? Maybe she didn't.
This can't be real.
Maybe it's something else.
Why did he?
But if she did, then why? Why'd she take his red bag?
God damn it.
I mean, it's a pretty cool red bag. Like, let's face it. Let's just be real here.
Remember the presence Kaine sensed? The culprit who murdered these poor folk likely awaits us further within.
I won't let them get away with this.
Yeah, we'll battle again. I'm just continuing to sniffle so much, I'll probably do this boss and then just wrap up the stream, honestly. Because I can't keep this up for hours at a time if I'm just gonna be, like, sniffling non-stop. Shade stuff is coming through. Why did things turn out like this? Did he leave me because of this body? I just want to be able to talk with him. I don't want him to be afraid of me. I don't want him to hate me. I want to maintain a human form. I want to look at the sun with my own eyes. I want to sing beautiful songs. Just wants to be human. So if I can just eat more people. Oh, she's killing people because she thinks it'll turn her human and she'll be able to have a normal life? Maybe then I can become a human.